Hello, nice to meet you today.
Hello, nice
What-
to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you. What is your name?
My name is Thái.
Chai.
Yes.
And
The
Chai
family name is Nguyễn.
Nguyễn.
Nguyễn Văn Thái.
Wing Van Thai.
Yes.
Is it Wing Van Thai?
Yes.
Okay. Is it a Vietnamese name?
Yes.
Are you from Vietnam?
Yes, I'm from the south of Vietnam.
South of Vietnam.
Yeah, I'm
Do you-
born in Saigon.
Saigon. Okay, very cool. And so today I wanted to ask your permission. Is it okay if I take your video today?
Yes, okay.
Okay. And is
Yeah.
it okay if we post it on Facebook?
Okay.
Okay. So I will ask you again. What city are you from in Vietnam?
Say again.
What city are you
Oh.
from in Vietnam?
I'm from Saigon.
And how long have you lived in Cambodia?
I have a twice.
Twice.
Yes. The first in 1977.
Oh, 1977.
Yes.
So you were here around the time of the Khmer Rouge.
Yes.
Yes.
No, I'm fighting to Pol Pot.
Oh.
In that time, I'm a soldier.
Oh, really? So can you tell me more about that experience?
Yeah, in that time I came to Cambodia for fighting to Pol Pot, and I stay here for more than 3 years. Yeah, in that time I can speak Khmer because I have a course training of 3 months Cambodian. But now for a long time, past of 40 years,
Yes.
I'm trying to remember and I'm trying to speak with the Khmer people.
Very good.
Yes.
How old were you when you came as a soldier?
In that time, I'm 20 years old.
20 years old.
Yes.
And do you know what rank you were? What your name was as a soldier? You can say it in Vietnamese if that's
Yeah.
what you know.
The name of me in the soldier at the same now.
Oh, the same as now?
Yes.
Did you have a title?
Yeah.
What was your title in Vietnamese? What did they call you in the army?
Misa.
Musa. Oh. And how long did you fight in the war?
I can talk about my life.
Yeah, you want to talk about
Yeah.
your life?
Yes.
So-
I live and I in the south of Vietnam is Saigon City.
Saigon
Yes.
City.
And in that time, in the war time, Vietnam war time, I'm still a student.
A student.
Yeah.
What were you studying?
And for the first year of the university for society.
Oh, very good.
And because I have a certificate, the proficiency, I'm finished for the proficiency by the American government when I'm 16 years old.
Wow, 16?
Yes.
That's very young.
Yeah. I'm not finished for the high school. Yes. But in that time, the government they have to change the law for the military service, and the young boy must to be the soldier when 17 years old.
17.
Yeah. And I'm again with that law. All of the student we don't agree that law.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
don't want to fight
Yeah,
at
we
17.
have the many meeting again with that law, and they get me in jail.
Oh,
Yes.
you were in jail?
Yeah.
How long were you in jail for?
For past of a month,
Oh.
because of my father, my parents live in Canada now.
Oh, in Canada.
Yes, and my father in the old government before 75, my father he the bodyguard of President Nguyễn Văn Thiệu, the old
Wow.
government.
Wow.
And me and him have it the wrong way.
Yeah, you're not very, you
Yeah.
don't get along very
Yes.
well.
And when the policeman get me in jail, I help my father, and my father get me out.
Oh.
And when I come back to the school, everybody knows.
They all talk about you.
And but I like again with that law. And I don't know that the communists recognize. Yes. And they say no, very danger. Because the policemen they caught you, and you will show the people who work for the communists. No. I can keep the quiet. And they get me in the jungle with the communists.
Oh, wow.
Yes. You hear the Củ Chi Tunnel in Vietnam?
No, what is that?
Very amazing.
Very amazing?
Yeah. The tunnel, the city underground.
Underground, under
Yes.
the tunnels.
Yes.
Wow.
Have you been in Vietnam?
Never,
No?
not
Yeah,
once.
Okay. On the way from Phnom Penh to Ho Chi Minh. Yeah, that is the between after the border about 30 kilometers. Yeah, that reason.
Ah.
The reason on the highway, on the Asian highway, and that the place very very famous. Oh, excuse me, where were you from?
I'm from America.
Oh, I think that if you read on the history book,
I'll probably
of
learn
Vietnam,
about them.
yeah, you will know.
The famous tunnels.
Yes, and I live in the tunnel with the communist for nearly a year.
Wow, in the tunnels for a
Yes.
year.
And after the war, Vietnam, I'm very happy because I think that the war is stopped and the peace is coming with the Vietnamese. We are very very happy because the people in the north and people in the south to meet together and many they are very happy. The family is two sides. Yeah.
But now they're together.
Yeah. But that we stop for that, and because now and in that time, in my mind, I like to study, and all the time, and until now, I'm 62 years old.
62.
But I like to study and learning and studying. Yeah. But the one I'm very happy because with my children, I have two children, one boy and one girl.
Oh.
My son is 36 years old, and my daughter is 30. My daughter she get married with the foreigner boy. They are living in Singapore now. And my son still in Vietnam. Yeah.
Do you ever talk about your war experiences with your kids?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The special from my life now, I escaped from Vietnam because last year I retired for the military service, and the political of the Vietnam now they have a lot of terrible, and they are fighting together inside.
Oh.
Yes, and the people who live in the north and the people who live in the south, even the communism. Yeah. I'm so tired. I'm so sad. And my parents, my family, my father, my brother, my brother, he's a Canadian policeman.
Wow.
Yeah, and two of in America, in California.
California.
Yeah, and they are angry and they worry for me because I lost my wife, I lost my life. Yeah, but I never said. I hope that I'm still alive.
Yeah.
I can do and I can change. Yeah. And 5 years ago, when I still in Vietnam, I work with many foreign company, and I know many foreign people in Saigon, and I have the best friend. He's the CEO of CFI of World Bank.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and he helped my daughter for the high school in Singapore.
Oh, good.
Yeah, and my daughter study and finish the high school and the university in Singapore. And she back from Vietnam, work for past up a year. And last year, 2 years ago, she worked in Thailand, and she need I come to Thailand. But when I return, the government they get back all of my documents, and they warning me don't go out of Vietnam for 3 months from last April. Yeah, and they get for me a letter, a memo. They remind after 2 years when I retire, 5 countries I have I can commit American, France, England, Australian, and one of Asia is Japan. 5 countries I couldn't come after 2 years, and I'm worried that's the best for my life. I served for a long time with the government, but I'm nothing. Yeah, even from my life and my family.
It sounds like your family is very
Yeah.
important to you.
Yes, and last year, in my mind, I want to take an escape, and I come to here by some helping from my old friend. They work in the military. They help me to come here.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
And last that I'm very remember Vietnam, and but and my daughter she say no, you stay in Phnom Penh. It's good, and I think that now you come to the church and you can do something. But now I'm happy with here.
Yeah. And you are learning a lot of English in English class.
Yeah.
It's very happy.
Very amazing, because I stopped for the high school in the end of 74.
Mm-hmm.
And a few months before the Vietnam War is stopped, and from that time I never come to school. I never read the book, because
Yeah.
The community
Stop.
don't agree with it. But I'm trying to learn and to remember in my mind, in my head. And in 1993, in that day, the Vietnam law they have some change. The soldier you can make the business by the private business by yourself. And I opened the company to work with the foreign people.
I have one more question for you today about your grandparents, because you love to learn.
Yes.
Did your grandparents love to learn too?
Yeah, sure. Because my grandparents they are dying in Paris,
Oh.
in France.
In France.
Yes. and because in the big my family is grandparent. My grandparent is French.
French,
Yeah, and my grandmom is Vietnamese.
Vietnamese.
Yeah.
So your grandfather was born in France,
No, born in Vietnam.
born in Vietnam, but
in-
lived in France.
Yeah, no. My father born in Vietnam, but work in that time. The French government still in Vietnam and Cambodia,
Right.
Indochina.
Indochina. And so he spoke
Indochina.
French.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay. And your grandmother was also Vietnamese.
yeah,
Did she know French?
yeah.
Very smart.
And I heard my parents say that she very famous in the Second War in Vietnam.
Really?
Yeah, and but after the Japanese, you remember Japanese and Germany
Yeah. World
in
War
the
II.
World War II, they changed from the French by the Japanese, and in that time Vietnam very they angry Japanese because the Japanese when they come to Asian, they use the rice instead for the coal. They burn for the train.
You burn rice?
Yes.
That's so wasteful.
Yeah. And in that time, in 1945, 2 million Vietnamese people were died by no have a food. A lot of in the north, they died.
That's very hard.
Yeah.
But your grandparents survived that time. They did not.
Yeah.
They did not die because of
and
hunger.
my grandmom, she go back to the province, to the countryside, for to lost away because if the Japanese they will cut the head.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's very hard.
Yeah.
What were your grandparents' names? Do you know?
Nguyễn Văn Vân. Yeah, I remember. And in the family book, I have it.
You have
Yeah.
it. And Wing Vang Vang, who was that? Your grandmother or grandfather?
A grandfather. Because the Vietnamese, if you see the family, the long name, the between Vang is for the boy, and Thị,
Thấy.
yeah, for the woman or for the girl.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Very good. Do you have anything else you would like to share before we close our interview today?
No, I like.
You like
because
to talk?
yeah, because my big family in all over the world,
Yeah.
France, Japan. My sister 2 in Japan.
Japan.
Yes. And Canada, America.
Yeah.
And in French, in Paris, many.
Many.
Yes,
Okay.
but I don't know they still alive or they died.
Right. You don't keep in touch with them?
Because when the time I worked in the military, and when I became an officer, we never connect to the country.
Oh, you don't connect with other countries?
Yes,
That's very
they
hard.
know. And my life very hard because my wife is Chinese.
Oh.
Yeah, and in the time I get married with him, the time we fighting with China.
Oh. Wow, that's very difficult.
And my leader, because in the communist government, if you get married, you must to report for the leader. The boys and the girls, you will get married, and they will check about for the application. Yeah, and the Catholic, the people who oversee, and the Chinese.
They did not like that.
Yeah.
Was it hard to give them the application?
Yeah.
Did you say that she was Chinese on there?
Yeah.
And what did they say?
No agree. Yeah, and they say no, sorry, I love my wife and I love this girl and I want to get married with him. I can't leave from my job. I want to stop for the military. But the one time everything is very well because sorry, some people, something in the military is very confidential.
That's okay.
I could I don't say.
That's okay.
We never say.
Yeah, you never
about
say
that.
it. That's
Yes.
okay. I respect that. So today, that is all we have. And we would love to continue with another interview for you because I
Yes,
know you
okay.
are busy at 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for your interview today.
Okay.